Now, please welcome the Asian Awards co-founder and managing director, Caroline Jackson-Levy.
Good evening. Good evening, good evening, everybody, and a very, very warm welcome to the Grosvenor House and to the Asian Awards in partnership with Labara. It's just under a year ago, that my co-founder of these awards, Paul Sagoo, and I met at the offices of United Business Media to discuss an idea, to come up with a spectacular ceremony which would honor the achievements and the successes of the South Asian community. And that is exactly what I hope and believe we've already achieved this evening. But thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. But you know, over the past few months, we've also come to understand the significance and the potential in what we've created here, so that tonight is really so much more than just another award ceremony. Because those we honor here tonight, well, their world changes. And through their drive and ambition and success, not only do they change the world, but they inspire all of us to do the very best that we can. They're our role models and they enrich our lives. I wonder if you'll admit that merely by being in the same room as them this evening, the same room as our heroes, we at once feel just that little bit more important, and perhaps are reminded of our own humility in comparison. Thank you. And so, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, through the Asian Awards, we begin to build a legacy. Our vision for these awards is to harness the power and the energy of our award winners, and through them, to inspire the millions of us who strive to be the best that we can. Because each of our award winners this evening is a role model in the world. And so I ask you, please, when people say to you, those Asian Awards, what were they really about? By all means, tell them about this wonderful room, about Madhu's delicious food, about the friends that you've made and the celebrities that you've seen. But please, most of all, tell them about our winners and their achievements and their journeys and their stories, because in that way, you will be inspiring your family, your friends, your communities, and our next generation. And tonight, of course, our thanks must go to Labara, our headline sponsor, and to Rafish, their chief executive, who, if I may say so, is another outstanding and inspiring business leader. And to our, yes, thank you, Labara. And to our co-sponsors, Lloyds Banking Group, for their exceptional support and professional guidance. You've really been quite wonderful. Thank you. And to all of our sponsors and our supporters and our friends and family, our thanks for bringing our idea to life. Tonight is in support of Save the Children, and I know that we will all give as generously as we can for their remarkable and vital work. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, superstars, I want to thank all of you for being here, for helping us to celebrate, for helping us to make tonight simply spectacular. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's my enormous pleasure to welcome to the stage the Deputy Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Nick Clegg, MP.
You have no idea how long I've been looking forward to going through one of those slide doors, sort of X Factor, eat your heart out. It's a fabulous, fabulous occasion, and I really am extremely honoured to be here. I only wish my young children could see me on such a glamorous stage. I'm still trying to persuade them that going from leader of the Liberal Democrats to Deputy Prime Minister is not a demotion. And I somehow feel if they saw me here this evening, they'd actually believe me. I would like to first thank Caroline for getting the evening off on such a wonderful footing, but also to join her in thanking the hosts, UBM, and of course Paul Sagoo. This is a truly precedent-setting event. It's the first Asian Awards, and I think the panache, the verve, the optimism, the sense of aspiration which seems to infuse the whole evening before you even know whether you've won a prize is really a testament to their energy and their commitment. And I am hugely impressed with the velocity and kind of ambition with which they've put this together over the last few months. I know who's won prizes, you don't know yet, and I was lucky enough, privileged enough to be able to cast my eye down the list of prize winners and some of your achievements before I came here this evening. And it's a sort of cliched thing to say, of course, on occasions like this, that each and every one of you have done extraordinary things. But I really was genuinely bowled over by the extraordinary record of achievement, ingenuity, entrepreneurialism, talent, aspiration, which seems to underpin each and every single person who will be receiving prizes this evening. And I think it is impossible to exaggerate how important you are as role models to the prize winners of the future, as role models, as inspirations, as heroes and heroines, every single one of you, to young people who above all will be able to look at you, will be able to read and hear and see what you have achieved in your lives, and allow then the most important thing of all to start taking root in their hearts. And that is the hope, the belief that everything is possible. And that is an extraordinary gift, which you're probably not even aware of, that you are bestowing on people who are not here this evening, but who will be the recipients of prizes in years to come. And of that achievement alone, beyond the achievements that each and every one of you have chalked up in your own lives, in your own fields, whether it's in business, in culture, in music, or in arts, or in sports, that is an achievement of which I hope you will remain immensely proud for a very, very long time indeed. And the other reason I'm so pleased to be with you here this evening is, of course, as Deputy Prime Minister of this relatively new coalition government, to be able to say to you how proud we are in government of what you and all the Asian communities of our great country do to make our country the country that we love so much. A country of such diversity, of such ingenuity, of such variety, and of tolerance and of talent. And everything that you do make Great Britain the great country that it is. And I want to, on behalf of the government, to thank you for all you do in your own communities and for our country as a whole. Thank you very, very much indeed. But of course, we as a government have a duty not only to celebrate what you do, not only to recognize what you do, not only to defend and to promote and to cherish that diversity and ingenuity, which I think is such a hallmark of our country, but also to give expression to that in the way in which we promote the relationships between the United Kingdom and Asian countries on the world stage too. And that's why I think it is immensely significant that one of the first things that the Prime Minister David Cameron did when he became Prime Minister was to announce a renewed emphasis, a renewed commitment to the relationship between the United Kingdom and India. And he led a major delegation, one of the largest delegations ever to India. I myself was representing our country at a summit which brought together leaders of all the European Union countries and of, if not many, if not all, then certainly the vast majority of Asian countries just recently, a couple of weeks ago. It's why I personally went to visit the flood-afflicted areas in Pakistan 2 weeks or so after that terrible cataclysm occurred in Pakistan, and have personally been helping to spearhead the effort to not only make sure that as a country, as a government, we show the compassion and generosity which is needed in response to this crisis, but also, as I did at the United Nations, at the Millennium Development Goals Summit there, to use our example, and not just a government example, but also the fact that millions and millions and millions of pounds have been paid in donations by millions of British citizens too, to then challenge other countries to step up the plate and show generosity as well. And that's why I say with real feeling that I am immensely pleased that you will also be holding an appeal tonight for Save the Children to not only raise money for health clinics in India, but also to continue to provide support to the many, many invisible victims of these terrible floods, which have already receded from our television screens, even at a time when the floodwaters and their terrible effects have not receded from the lives of those many millions of people who have been so tragically affected. So thank you once again for inviting me. Thank you once again for inviting me. I hope you will take what I say on behalf of the government with the sincerity with which I deliver it, which is a genuine belief that what you represent, what you do, and what you achieve is not only extraordinary in itself, but is absolutely central and invaluable to the kind of country that we believe in. Thank you very much indeed.